Hey Cardinals, I'm Sam.
And I'm Amelia. Boys basketball tryouts for sophomores, juniors, and seniors start next Monday, November 19th. In order to try out, you will need to be registered and have your progress report sheet filled out. See Ms. Paquette if you have registration questions. And
see Coach Schlin or Youngberg if you still need a progress report sheet. FCCLA Cooking with Kindness Club meeting is on November 15th, 2:30 to 4 in room 104.
We will be announcing officers, discussing future meetings, and reviewing the FCCLA culinary events. Snacks will be served. Dues must be paid by November 15th. If you have any questions, see Ms. Sylvester in room 104.
Attention to all that are planning on being in Nordic skiing this year. Practice begins after school on Monday, November 12th. We will meet downstairs by the ski room. Any questions, see Coach Green in room 171 by the auditorium.
There will be no QST tomorrow due to a regularly scheduled parent-teacher conference.
Schedule change process. Students' schedules are final at this time. If there is a special circumstance and a schedule change is deemed necessary, please complete the schedule change request form online by logging into your AH Schools account and going to the link below.
Please review the procedures carefully, as requests that do not meet the criteria will not be honored. No schedule change requests will be granted after the last day of the first trimester.
Is CRHS prom your favorite time of the year? Do you have a passion for event planning? Attend this year's first prom committee meeting on Thursday, November 15th, directly after school in room 182. Prom committee is responsible for deciding on a prom theme, making decorations, and promoting the event. Space for the committee is limited, so please sign up outside of room 182 if you plan on attending, or talk to Ms. Likens if you cannot attend. All grades are welcome.
DECA would like to thank everyone that participated in our National DECA Week. The answer to Friday's trivia question of what city and state is the DECA International competition being held was Orlando, Florida. That's right, you could go to Orlando, Florida if you join DECA and compete. Pick up a membership form in 114 to join DECA.
In honor of Native American Heritage Month, CRHS will be playing either a contemporary or more traditional song by a Native artist or group each week. This week's song is Wavanka by Redbone, a Native American rock group from the 70s. You probably know their song, Come and Get Your Love, made popular again by the movie Guardians of the Galaxy.
If you would like to know more about this group/artist, stop down by room 182B to read the artist bio or talk to Miss Mindy, our Indian education advisor.
Have a good afternoon.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Soldiers from wars both old and new march down city streets. Flags hang from homes, businesses, even car antennas. Ceremonies remember those who dutifully served their nation. It's Veterans Day, or Remembrance Day, as it's known in much of the world. a time to honor members of the armed forces. And it all began in a railroad car with a document to end the war to end all wars. World War I, also known as the Great War, shocked the global community with its unprecedented toll in human life. Untold millions were killed. Germany was running low on manpower and supplies, so they agreed to sign an armistice, or truce, in the French commander Ferdinand Foch's private rail car. On the 11th hour, on the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, all was quiet on the Western Front. The fighting had ended. Exactly 1 year later, President Woodrow Wilson decreed that Americans should observe a moment of silence at 11 a.m. to remember the armistice and to embrace the peace. Other Allied nations commemorated the peaceful anniversary as well. In England and Canada, citizens wore paper poppies. Poppies had become a symbol of the armistice. The poem Flanders Field described a one-time battlefield. In Flanders Field, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row. In America, the nation's first unknown soldier was laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery on Armistice Day, 1921. He was a casualty of the Great War. Since that first memorial, other unknown soldiers from America's wars have been interred in the tomb. And it's become tradition for the president or one of his representatives to lay a wreath on the monument every November 11th. A resolution was passed in 1926 inviting all Americans to remember Armistice Day and the soldiers who fought so hard for peace. The idea caught on. By 1938, the day was marked with so many ceremonies and parades, Congress made it a legal holiday, giving people the day off work. After World War II and the Korean War, Americans wanted to open up the holiday to include not just World War I veterans, but all who served in combat. In 1954, President Dwight Eisenhower, a World War II vet himself, legally changed the U.S. Armistice Day to Veterans Day, honoring those who served in all American wars. For a brief time starting in 1971, Congress moved the holiday to the fourth Monday in October, giving Americans a 3-day weekend. But most people rejected the idea. The traditional date of November 11th, the anniversary of the Great War's ceasefire, was too historically important to forget. President Ford reversed the law in 1975, returning Veterans Day back to its rightful date. Over the decades, the holiday has changed with the times. Originally, it was a call for world peace. Then in the U.S., it became a day to remember war veterans. Today, Veterans Day is set aside to honor not just those who served in war, but also those who have served their nation in peace.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Hey there, Cardinal family. Greetings, everyone. To all of the students, teachers, staff, and especially the veterans, I want to thank you for including me in your announcements today. I'm Captain Trevor Klein, a 9th grade science teacher at Coon Rapids and an officer in the Minnesota-based 34th Red Bull Infantry Division and a U.S. Army veteran. Right now I'm in Kuwait with other Red Bull soldiers. We're here to train and work with military members from countries in the Middle East, almost on the other side of the world from Minnesota. If we work hard over here, our soldiers will be able to help build friendships with other countries so that we can keep people safe here in the Middle East and all around the world. Our goals are meant to keep bad people from doing bad things and to encourage all of our partners to work together. Because I'm all the way across the globe, while it's daytime where you are, it's nighttime where I am. But before I went to sleep tonight, I wanted to call in and join you today. Thank you for letting me take part. Today is an awesome opportunity to recognize and thank all of those who have served our country. The veterans in Minnesota and all of the veterans across the United States have all made great sacrifices for the benefit of our families, communities, state, and nation. Our Americans veterans have served in various ways to protect people, property, and our way of life. Some have fought forest fires and floods at home, and some have fought enemy combatants in foreign lands, and some have done all of the above. Today, we have an opportunity to celebrate and honor Americans veterans in their devotion, patriotism, selfless service, and sacrifice on behalf of us all. It's important we thank them, for it is their loyalty to their country and their own great courage which have made us what we are today, and what we've been for more than 2 centuries. The world's indispensable and indivisible nation, the land of the free and the home of the brave, a beacon of hope in an oft-troubled world. Regardless of which military branch our veterans have served in, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or Coast Guard, this day belongs to all of them. It's important, too, that we not forget the families of those veterans either, for they also have served and sacrificed and deserve our thanks and admiration. I know that many are sitting around you right now. I just want to share a couple more thoughts before I say goodbye. Today, our nation's veterans serve as teachers, doctors, construction workers, police and firemen, and even elected officials. They continue to serve this country and our communities by making positive impacts, building stronger futures, and inspiring future generations to come. Let's say thank you to all those who are called to such selfless service, and let's remember that we have a duty to support them. All of us Americans have a responsibility to ensure the service and sacrifices of all of our veterans are not forgotten. Again, thank you for including me, and thanks for taking the time to observe this important day. I miss you all dearly. Happy Veterans Day.